drives the market up. So, and governments lie about inflation. You should be looking at the U.S. Stock performance and Western stock performance with like, maybe it really isn't so good.
And I think we're at a very pivotal point now. I think the market top is very close.
And the best performing market in the world in the mid-2000s was Zimbabwe. It actually went up 200,000% 1 year. And it was just having massive hyperinflation.
Oil, you've got a window, two windows of opportunity, window one and window two. Window two, we're there at the moment in terms of forming a low. Moving forward to last week, we've come down even further. What I've calculated is I think that window will end Friday 23rd of January. So we've got another 10 trading days. So that's tomorrow, next week, and then the 4 days of the week after. And then somewhere in that time frame, we'll see a low in oil.
Oil is where the money is this year, your investment opportunity. And silver is probably a very good choice too.
Everyone claims that there's all this kind of noise and nonsense going around about oil. It's actually a very simple market in terms of supply and demand and economics. Very short term this year, we're going to be stuck in this $45 to $65 a barrel range, because every time we go back to up to 75, these frackers, Continental Resources, EOG, Apache, they will start producing again because we got all the infrastructure sitting up there waiting to go in North Dakota and West Texas. The one thing that could happen will be OPEC. OPEC is Saudi Arabia. They're the Saudis, the guys that will actually say, we can produce 10 million barrels a day, but we're only going to produce 8. So that's what OPEC have done for the last 25 years.
Everyone is negative on oil now. That happened. This happened several times in the past. '98 was actually the ultimate example. And I remember, I've told the story many times. This woman came on CNBC News and said, "Everyone is negative oil." That's exactly the case right now, and it's hopeless. It's never going up for a long time. 2 weeks later, it went up 40%.
Similar for gold, probably bottomed already. Just one window of opportunity there. And then similar for silver, one window of opportunity there. We may have actually already bottomed, and we'll start to see it rally up from there.
Inflation, official versus actual. Blue is the actual. Red is what the government reports. The government has modified, just like CNBC News. Oh, we don't like the ratings because they're awful. We'll make up our own number system and they'll be good. So this is exactly what, I'm not making this up. This is exactly what happened this week. And so the government keeps changing how it calculates inflation. Issues started in the 80s, and Greenspan was behind them. In fact, Greenspan was behind almost all of them. He is the Dr. Evil in inflation. Every case where the government has indexed inflation numbers, that means they'll adjust taxes or your earnings or your bank account or something to the inflation rate. They almost immediately start lying about the inflation numbers right after that. And the U.S. did indexation, the first indexation in 1978. And if you see, the lying started around 1980. I wrote in 2009, Japan is the country most likely to blow up and crash the world economy. It's a complete disaster. It's just like, it's like a volcano that's like spewing smoke, and we're just waiting. One day the lava is going to start coming out. Oil obviously having a major crash. It is severely, severely, severely oversold. I've probably never seen anything like this on the charts. It's so bad, but that's opportunity. Here's a Swiss franc. This trades just like the euro. So, and it's way below 1. It's around 98 now. I haven't checked it the last couple of days. You would never want to buy the euro, but you would want to buy the Swiss franc. It's a very solid currency, and that connection to the euro has to break down eventually.